Welcome back to another P2P talk. My guest today is Arunas Lekavicius, the CEO at PeerBerry. Today we'll be talking about the upcoming regulatory changes in Poland and how this might impact your P2P lending portfolio on PeerBerry. All right, thanks for joining me today, Arunas.
Always welcome. Nice to see you, Jakob.
So let's get straight into the topics today. What are some of the upcoming regulatory changes that we will be expecting in Poland from January 2024?
hmm Actually, there are changes. We're working with our Poland lenders more than 6 years already. And all the time in Poland, there are some changes, some regulations, some interest caps, etc., etc. So it's not surprise to us at all. But from now, from 1st of January next year, there are, I would say, some big changes, and all platforms can't funding lending business in Poland. So we're preparing it quite a while, and we're working with our Polish companies. We already 3-4 months decreasing investments in Polish lenders. So probably, and our investors can see it. And from the end of this year, we will not offer to invest in Polish companies. So this is the biggest change. But at the same time, probably we will discuss a bit later. We have some other offers from the start of next month, and I think everything will be good. And it's also, I think, it's good for the group guarantee because our Polish lenders working in Polish market more than 10 years. We have huge portfolios, and this regulation changes not affect them and will help to them to grow further. It will be a bit difficult to the smallest ones who is working in Polish market, I guess.
So, despite not offering any loans in Poland from January, is the Polish lender in Poland still going to be a part of the group guarantee from the Aventus group trademark?
Yeah, of course, because this is one of the strongest market, and this is one of the strongest companies in Aventus Group. The profitability more than 10 million every year. So and this is the reason why it's not difficult to Polish companies to operate further without external funding from the platform.
Let's dive a little bit deeper into the regulatory changes. So I talked to a few people about this, and there has been some speculations about what is going to work, what's not going to work. Just today I received an email that this regulation affects only lenders that lend cash loans, not to companies that are small payment institutions that use perhaps credit cards to lend money to others. So do you have any details on that, perhaps?
Yeah, we discussed it with lawyers, with our Polish lawyers. I also read these regulations by myself, and for me it's quite clear. Of course, it can be some interpretations, some discussions, but as far as I know, and we all know that Polish regulator is it's quite, let's say, hard. It's I don't see any possibility to avoid this regulation, and it clearly says that lending business can be funded via private person's money. And it depends. You all the time can think that you can give business loans, but when you see to whole scheme, that one of the company can attract money from the private persons, after that provide loan to the company. I think it's not right. So we will not risk, and we will not do any interpretations. And by my understanding, you just can't lending business in Poland by private capital of no private person's capital.
So, according to your interpretation of the new legislation, even if perhaps the lender in Poland would issue credit cards as their product, not cash loans, it would be basically the same thing, right? Like you will be funding
Probably.
loans.
I
Okay.
think I think we need some time to see what's going on in Poland, but all the time someone called the regulator, asked to explain how it goes, how you avoid these regulations. It can be a problem,
Yeah.
But what I see right now, it's quite difficult. Looks
Uh,
like for me, it's quite difficult.
what would happen in the scenario, let's say? I know that PeerBerry will be delisting Polish loans, but let's say if other platforms will continue listing loans from Poland, how could this affect the company and perhaps the investors?
It's in these new regulations clearly say that you can lose the license and you will be deleted from the register center of Poland and you can't provide any services.
Mhm. So basically, you can close the business, and
Yeah,
investors would
yeah,
have
yeah.
exposure into a product that's not sustainable anymore.
Looks like it is.
Mhm. Mm, do those changes happen only for P2P lenders, so payday loan lenders, or also for, let's say, crowd lending platforms that are aiming to fund business loans, perhaps secured with mortgage or land as collateral?
I think when I told earlier that you need to see full scheme, how you are receiving this money. Crowdfunding also funded by private persons. Most
Hmm.
of the crowdfunding is funded by the private persons. And if you look at the full scheme, how you receive this money, it can be that you also, let's say, break the rules or break the regulations.
Hmm. So investors should probably not expect any platforms in the future trying to expand to Polish market and raise funds through crowdfunding platforms, right?
Probably yes. Um, you know, but I think that someone will try to do some schemes. So because it's we just need to somehow to fund these companies, but as I see it, it will be really difficult,
Mm-hmm.
and for investors need just to be 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 ready for that.
Mm-hmm. So you said that you're already decreasing the exposure of Polish loans. What is the action plan from your side?
Mhm.
Are you going to be? Did you stop completely listing Polish loans, or are you going to be repurchasing everything and paying everything back by the end of the year? What's the plan?
Yeah, step by step we're decreasing, and till the end of the year we will list by small amounts Polish loans, and we will buy more and more every day Polish loans. So our plan is till the end of the year that we have zero loans and zero outstanding of Polish credits in our platforms. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, we're preparing for that, and we're preparing, and our partners preparing more than 1 year. We opening new markets, and we will offer a lot new markets from the beginning of next year. Also, and in this year we also launch, and I can tell just a few of the markets like Tanzania. We already set up at Colombia, South Africa, Mexico, Nigeria, and also our other markets are growing quite fast and becoming profitable, like Spain. like Philippines, like Sri Lanka, second company growing. So I'm not see any problems for the investors, and I'm pretty sure that we will have what to offer to invest. And this is not the first time for us that we, let's say, closing some markets. Just please remember Ukraine and Russia, it was 50% of our portfolio. At the
Yeah.
beginning of the year, Vietnam market, we also closed it in the PeerBerry. So we moving forward.
Mhm.
Also, it's interesting that probably at the beginning of next year, we will start with second Spain company, second Romania company, who is showing really good results at the moment.
Mhm.
So I think that everything will be good and okay.
I know that the Polish portfolio, is the Polish lender is a very strong lender in the Aventus
Yeah,
group. It's been one of the biggest countries on PeerBerry for a long time. The lenders are profitable. Currently, the exposure is 17% or a bit more than 17 million. I
yeah.
know that you have other companies in the pipeline in the future, but how long do you think that it will take to substitute the that portion of the portfolio that's going to disappear now by the end of the year?
We're talking about huge markets like Mexico, and Mexico in Aventus Group working already 5, 6 months, and this portfolio can grow really fast. But when you launch a new market, uh, it's really important to understand that for every new company, new market needs minimum 3, 6 months to set up scorecards, credit risk, avoid all frauds, because at the beginning you always have some issues. So, and these companies already did it, and they will start to grow really fast. So I'm expecting that in the first quarter of next year we can offer the same amounts to sum up all these new all markets to sum up and reach these 17 millions in
Mm-hmm.
PeerBerry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think that it will be soft way for investors, and it not will be that at the end of the year all investors received 17 millions from Poland and they don't have any possibility to invest this money.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of investors have struggled due to cash drag, right? I mean, it's a
I know.
good problem for the platform, but not so good news for the investors. So now decreasing, it they will probably not be very happy. But let's
Yeah,
talk about.
but Jakob, one more thing. Actually, we lost Russia, Ukraine, Vietnam. Uh, Now it will be with Poland, but all the time we're preparing for that. Aventus launching a lot of new markets, big markets. Also, I'm not mention India, but India also step by step going on right direction. This is huge markets, and I think that everything will be okay without problem. And
Mhm.
we're not losing Poland. Poland stays. We're not list, but Poland with the great results. We will be in group guarantee, and it it will be the same safe position to invest in PeerBerry and
Mm.
into event and loans.
Yeah, I mean, the group guarantee has worked really well in the last 2 years. We have all seen the recoveries from Russia and Ukraine from the Aventus Group, which is really impressive, and probably we've been one of the few companies who even repaid all the debt from Aventus Group now. But let's talk about the portfolio in Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan has been also quite dominant on the PeerBerry platform. I'm aware there has been some domestic challenges last year, How is the
Mhm.
performance of the portfolio in Kazakhstan these days?
Yeah, actually, Kazakhstan also showing perfect results. Every company earning huge profits. But in Kazakhstan, there are also changes in regulations. But in this market, all the time, in every country, every year, some new changes, new regulations coming. So uh, probably from the next year, we will have also some changes in Kazakhstan. But when these companies has huge portfolios, it's easier to adapt and change business models to the new regulation for the caps, and they will still work profitable with good profitability and everything fine with Kazakhstan. And I hope also that these markets, new markets, will help decrease a little bit Kazakhstan percentage in our portfolio. And we are moving on this direction together with Aventus Group, because
Mm-hmm.
diversification for investors, for the groups, really important.
Mm-hmm. Do you see any ch changes to the country risk in Kazakhstan in the recent year, perhaps?
Not really, but there are, as I mentioned, last year we changed it a little bit regulation with, and these changes more or less all the time with caps, interest
Mm-hmm.
caps.
Mm-hmm.
So it means that it decreasing a little bit profitability. But our Kazakhstan lenders growing with a portfolio really fast, and it when you have a big portfolio, you are not a new company, you can earn significant profit. So it's quite okay. And we calculate that what can be from the new year in Kazakhstan, everything looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How do you perceive the risk of P2P lending these days? I mean, we have regulatory changes pretty much in all the markets constantly. We have now increase in geopolitical
Mhm.
events, which impact some markets more than others. But how do you think has the risk in investments in P2P loans changed over the year?
I think that first of all, the risk increasing when business makes not right decisions. This is the main thing. But if we talk about our platform, about our partners groups, doing diversifications in every markets, and everything looks really good. So I don't see that P2P market really at risk, but it depends on which platform, with on lender side, with who we are working, what the situation in the groups of the lenders, etc.
Hmm. So you don't think it is a bit harder to estimate the country risk due to some political events? It's pretty much the same as it was, as long as you have a good risk management in place.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
The main thing to have good risk management.
Mm-hmm. I also know that you are also involved with Crowdpeer, regulated
Yeah.
crowdfunding platform in Lithuania, listing investments in mortgage-backed loans. Um, do you think that the risk and reward ratio for investors is currently better on Crowdpeer than on PeerBerry?
I think that these two platforms are a bit different, and one is uh, give opportunity to invest in real estate loans, to real estate development with property back-end loans with clear, let's say, vision of the projects, etc. So, and this platform is regulated by, as you mentioned, Bank of Lithuania, with European license, crowdfunding, and not much platforms receive such license at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
and we are growing quite fast. So I think it is an option to PeerBerry investors to try to choose especially if we face some cash drag in PeerBerry. Why not? Why not?
Mm-hmm.
But I would say it's equal because
Really?
all the time you to need to diversificate your investments. So you
Mm.
can invest some money in the real estate, some money in crowdfunding platforms, some to P2P, some to the obligations or
Mm-hmm.
etc.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's a very
But actually, uh, with Crowdpear working the same team.
yeah.
I'm working, Kurita working, and other people. In background of the crowd peer, we have a really strong risk head of risk
Mm-hmm.
who is worked in this sector long time ago, and then also Thomas who is working with crowd peer,
Mm-hmm.
also with really good track.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I like your diplomatic answers. From an investor's perspective, when I look at PeerBerry now, trying you guys will be listing new markets. When investors here, okay, invest in payday loans in India, and then you have on the other hand you have secured mortgage-backed loans from Lithuania. At pretty much the same interest, or maybe even a little bit better. So for like a retail investor, I have the impression that Crowdpeer offers currently perhaps a better risk reward ratio. If I put the liquidity aside, but you think it's the same, right?
difficult to say because I see these both platforms from inside.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the risk the same from my point of view because I know how we managing all risk, how we evaluating in Crowdpear every project, how we are evaluating risk every company in Aventus Group or GoFingo Group. So actually, I see that everything should be okay. If we talk about Crowdpear and LTV, at the moment, average LTV in Crowdpear approximately only 53%. So
Mm-hmm.
mortgage is really good if something goes wrong with the developer. Also, we working with some guarantees, and probably we can offer some new products on Crowdpear platform. So, and our plans for the next year, I don't know. I hope that we will reach it, but I think that we easily can reach 15, 20 million at the end of the year portfolio.
That's quite impressive. You have just reached a bit more than 2 million last month, right?
No, at the moment we have 3,200,000.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But this is just start of the platform. We just started at the January of this year, so no one knows this platform. It's quite difficult when you new in the market. So, but we growing right now near 1 million investment per month.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's perhaps wrap up the discussion with some product updates for PeerBerry. Do you have something in the pipeline for the next 12 months?
Do you mean about countries or about IT,
We,
etc.?
I think we covered the countries quite well. You introduced some of the
Yeah.
markets we can expect, but from like a product perspective, I know secondary market is still not on. Do you plan some new
No.
features that could be beneficial for
Mhm.
investors?
We working really hard with auto invest and investment logic. So mainly changes will be in IT. It takes time. We launched yesterday some updates of our auto invest because this is the main thing, and we're receiving the most complaints about our auto invest, and it is understandable. So we're working on that. During next 2 months, we will have another improvement in auto invest, and I really hope that it work out. So, and actually overall, our team working really hard to, let's say, create better and better platform without slowdowns, without any bugs, etc. So main focus on that, not new products or something like this, but on overall performance of IT side.
Okay, Arunas, thanks a lot for all the insights and for the quick update on what's going to change in the nearest future. For investors who would like to learn more about PeerBerry, you can read our PeerBerry review. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Thank you very much.